Hey guys, so we just got delivery, and this is the SONY a7C, as you can see. So I'm pretty buzzing. We're going to be doing a little first impressions and an unboxing video here. So what I'm going to do is going to rig up my current camera, my M50, on this GorillaPod up here somewhere, and we're going to try and do a top-down unboxing of this thing. So if the camera falls off, oh well, let's see how it goes. I'll set it up now. Alright, so here we have the box. Let's get into it. Hopefully I don't have to do any cutting of anything, so I don't have any knives or scissors or anything like that, but here we go. So this is actually just the body-only version, so I don't have the kit lens with it. It's just the body-only, so then you've got something I don't care about, some more stuff that probably we don't care about, just kind of warranty information, etc, etc, etc. Let's just put that to the side, get the good stuff. What we get here is the A7C strap. So yeah, nice little A7C strap, which is quite nice. I will probably not be using that because I don't really use a strap. I usually either use a wrist strap or I just don't use a strap at all. So we might not use that. We've got the Z battery here, which is ridiculously long life battery, which I'm really looking forward to because currently using the M50, it's got terrible battery life. So I've got 3 batteries for the M50. I'm probably gonna have to invest in another battery for this camera as well, but this should keep me going for a decent amount of time, which is good. So that's the Z battery. It's pretty hefty actually, pretty weighty thing that is, which is good. So that's the battery there as well. What else have we got here? This is the charging brick. So this is the UK charging brick, or I hope it is, because if it's not, then that's going to be annoying. It should be the UK charging brick. We brought it from a UK retailer, Park Cameras. So I originally ordered it through Jessup's, like I mentioned in my last video, but Jessup's didn't have it in stock and didn't have it in stock for about 2.5 weeks. So I ended up just cancelling that and found out they had some in stock in Park Cameras. So ended up ordering it from there and got it the next day. So should have just ordered from there the first time, but it also went out of stock straight after I ordered it. So I think I got the last one. I really wanted the black version, so that's what we're unboxing here. So power cable, you've got the, oh that's not, wait, what? Okay, so we've got 2 parts of our power cable. We've got a power cable which looks like a, wait, is that a European power cable? As well as a UK power cable? Interesting. Didn't know we'd get both of them, but got both of them. And the good stuff now. So let's get this camera out. I don't know what's under here. It shouldn't take long. What else? Right, this is the USB-C cable. So that's obviously going to be used for actually charging, plugging it into the camera. So that's the 2 parts you need for the charger. Let's chuck this away somewhere. We don't care about that anymore. And let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so SONY a7C. Damn, it's my first time seeing it as well. Whoa, it's a nice looking camera. It's solid as well. Nice solid camera here. It feels a lot more hefty than the M50, which is nice. It made it here, and it's looking good, so I'm pleased about that. So yeah, let's take a look at that full frame sensor, because that's what we're all interested in. Damn. Okay, so I can't actually get it to, there we go. Oh, look at that. That's what you're buying this camera for. I mean, you're upgrading to the full frame sensor. So current M50 has got the CMOS APS-C sensor, which is obviously a lot smaller than this. So it's going to be nice just to have a full frame sensor and have the benefits of that, like low light, for example, which is going to be nice. So you got a flip out screen, which is amazing. That's one of the things the reasons I haven't bought from Sony before, bought a Sony camera before, is because they didn't have a flip out screen until now. So the ZV-1 has obviously got it, this has got it, and the A7S III. So yeah, I'm buzzing about that. Oh, it's such a solid camera. Let's get the battery in and see if it's got any power in it. Hopefully it does, because otherwise we're gonna have to wait. So we've got the battery in. I just want to look at these ports first as well. So everyone's complained about these little flappy kind of metal things that are obviously for putting your strap onto, but yeah, they're going to be really annoying. I think I might actually just tape them up so that I don't have to deal with them, because especially if you're filming video with audio, if you're actually moving around, then they're going to be kind of jiggling against the side, and this is, it feels kind of like a metallic body. I don't think it actually is. I think this is part aluminium, I think, is what it's made of. And I'm also interested to try this Viewfinder as well. I'm interested to see how bad it is, because I've heard it's not great, so we'll see. So these are the flaps on the side here. Nice nice flaps. That's not something I thought I'd say in the video, but yep, nice flaps. Compared to the A7 III, these are a lot nicer. The A7 III just had these kind of things that just dangle down when you open them, which isn't great. They just get in the way, don't they? So this is nice, a nice different kind of use of that. This is where you have the SD card slot, which is nice. Obviously you don't have dual SD card slots on this, but I don't really think they could be able to fit them in when you've got, you know, the battery fills this whole section here. And then we have the HDMI, mini HDMI, or micro HDMI, I think, USB-C, and I think that's the headphone jack in there. Up here is the microphone jack up in this one here. So yeah, that's exciting. So let's see if we can turn this thing on and see if it turns on. And turn it around. Yep, we've got that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly stop the recording, set this thing up just a little bit, and just kind of basically. So as you can see, the camera is now plugged in, because it only had 1% battery, so we're gonna see if we can get it up to like 10% and we can have a look at it then. But in the meantime, I'm gonna actually just have a look at this Samyang 24mm lens that I actually got for this camera. Obviously, like I said, I've got the body only, as you saw, so we don't have that kit lens, the 28-60 I think it is. For me, that wasn't really wide enough, and I don't really use that focal range that much, which sounds a bit funny because it's kind of mid focal range, isn't it? It's one that a lot of people do use, but the 28 wasn't wide enough for me. I'm probably gonna stick with this lens at the moment. It's gonna be perfect for what I use it for in here in the room, in the studio. Yeah, this will work. It's the same focal length as we're using actually on this camera right now, the M50, and it's a nice focal length to use in this small kind of confined space. So this is what I'm going to go for at the moment, and I'm going to save up for what I'm looking for is a 24-70 Sigma 2.8, which is a really nice lens, but it's also just over $1,000, so it's expensive. So that's going to take a little bit of saving up, since I just bought this camera, which is quite expensive. So this should keep me going for the meantime, which is nice. So let's have a look at this. There's not much to the unboxing of this, unfortunately, but we'll have a look inside. So you've got the stuff to protect it, and then you've got the lens itself. You've got some kind of paperwork and stuff in there, but again, we are not interested in that. We are more interested in this lens. So this is it comes in this nice little soft case, which is quite cool, just to protect it. And then we have the lens inside. So yeah, that's the Samyang 24mm 2.8. And one of the reasons I actually chose this lens as well is because it's the same size filter thread as my one of my other lenses that I've got for the M50. So that saves a little bit of money there, not having to get another ND filter for these when I'm using it for filming outside, for example. So it's quite a nice little lens. It's extremely light, but that's one of the reasons I got it as well, because it'll go and pair really well with this A7C. So let's have a look at what it looks like when we actually put it on the A7C. It should be quite a nice little compact package actually, which is good. So yeah, look at that. It's a nice little package there, and I think that's going to tide me over quite well until I get a bigger lens or a different lens. And I think I'll keep this lens even if I do get a different lens, because again, it's nice and compact and it'll fit nicely into my camera bag if I'm just going traveling somewhere and I want to take some, you know, nice wide shots or standard wide shots. This should do quite nicely. First impressions, let's have a look at this screen and viewfinder, etc. So just want to have a look through this viewfinder and see what we're looking at. So yeah, it's small, but it's not that bad. I mean, if you are in direct sunlight, I can see how it might be quite difficult to see that, but it's not bad. I was expecting it to be absolutely tiny, but this is looking actually quite good. And one thing to note actually is the screen on this camera is slightly worse than my M50. So it's actually, I think it's 961,000 dots rather than 1.1 million dots, I think. So there's very minor difference there, but I mean, I can't really personally see any difference on when I'm looking at the screen here. It looks good, looks fine. So I think it'll be fine. You've got to touch the focus, obviously. That's nice. I think this is actually too close focus distance for this to work here, but oh, it's gonna be so nice to have that flip out screen again, which you can't obviously flip round when you've got the got it plugged in. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually go have some dinner, let this thing charge up, and then we're gonna see what it looks like on the tripod. Through the magic of editing, of course, I will have had my dinner and it'll be a millisecond for you guys. So I'll see you guys in a second. So I said I was going to come back to you guys in a few seconds after that, you know, the kind of unboxing and stuff, after I set up the camera. But now it's actually the next day. As you can see, I've got a different t-shirt on. I couldn't be arsed styling my hair, so we're just going a bit casual here. But I had a bit of a nightmare last night. So what I did, I actually found out that we have a faulty lens in this Samyang 24mm that I got. It wasn't working with the camera. It kept showing up as an f1.4 and not actually focusing, there was no connection for the camera. It wasn't saying there was nothing connected, but there was no focusing going on. There was no change of aperture when you change the aperture on the camera. And I wasn't sure if it was the lens or if it was the camera. So I was a bit concerned because obviously it would be really annoying if it was the camera. So what I did, I took the decision to actually just buy a lens, another lens, to test this out. This was another lens I was looking at. So what we've got here is the Tamron. So it's a Tamron 20mm f2.8, and this was another lens I was looking at while I was thinking about which lenses to get for this camera. So obviously I'm going to be sending this this Samyang lens back, and I'm going to try and get my money. Well, I'm going to get my money back for that because it's fortunately still within the return window. So I'll put this on the camera. I'll show you what kind of errors I was getting with this as well. But first of all, I'm going to do a little unboxing of this. Let's put the camera back up here and let's unbox this and talk a little bit more about what happened with the Samyang, okay? See you guys in a minute. All right, everyone, we're back. We've got obviously the camera here, and we're going to quickly do an unboxing of this Tamron just now and see what comes in the box. So you've got a little bit of paperwork, which is kind of standard. Put that to the side at the moment. We've got the lens hood for the camera, the lens, and quite a nice, robust lens hood. I've got to say, I think this already feels more premium than the Samyang lens, to be honest. It feels quite nice. And then under here, obviously, we've just got the lens. So let's see this chunky lens. So again, it's not that big a lens. So this is another reason I was looking at this one. It's obviously a nice wide angle lens, but it is not massive. So I think it should fit quite nicely on the A7C as well. It's definitely got more heft than the Samyang. So if you're looking for a lighter lens like the Samyang, then the Samyang might be the better way to go. Obviously, I got unlucky with the one I got, and I'm obviously going to send it back. I'm not sure. I've not heard that many issues with the Samyang, because again, obviously I looked at quite a few reviews before I bought it, and I didn't see anything about these kind of issues. So the other downside for me of this lens is it's got 67mm filter thread, which I don't have any 67mm filter threads. I can't speak, oh my god. 67mm filter threads, so I need to buy an ND filter for this for when I'm shooting outdoors. One of the things about this lens is it's actually a macro lens as well, so you can get pretty close up to your subject. I think the minimum focus distance is 11 centimeters, I think. So a lot better, a lot closer focusing distance than the Samyang, which is about 22, I think, 22 centimeters. So that's quite a nice bonus of this lens. It is still f2.8, so quite a it's decent. It's not too bad. It's not super fast, but it will hopefully do the job. So that's the Tamron. Let's get it quickly on the camera, see what it looks like on the A7C. And like I said, I already took this out and actually tried it out because I was pretty nervous that it was actually the camera that was malfunctioning, and it's not. As you can see, if I turn this on here, we actually have focus showing up as focusing, etc., which is good to see. So that wasn't happening before, and I wasn't able to change I was able to change the aperture on here on the screen, but it wouldn't do anything with the Samyang, which I'll show you just now. So let me just quickly take this off again, and I'll put the Samyang on. We'll talk about that. We've now got the Samyang back on the camera, and I'll turn the camera on so you can see what was going on here. So as you can see, hopefully you can see on there, it's actually going down to, you can go down to 1.4, which this is a 2.8 lens. So there's something going wrong here. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh no, here we go. So f1.4, you can change it. There's nothing changing with the aperture. You can, I don't know if we'll see it, but maybe not here. If I can angle it enough. When I change this, I'm changing the f-stop there, and there's nothing happening in that lens. And there's no function when you actually go to take a picture, nothing happens. It doesn't even focus. So yeah, it's frustrating that happened, but I'm just glad the camera is actually working and we've not got a faulty unit, because that would have been really annoying. I would have had to probably wait quite a long time to get a new one, because this was so difficult to get my hands on. It seemed to be anyway around the UK. They didn't seem to have the black version in stock. So I'm pretty pleased that I've got a lens that works now, which is great. So yeah, this lens is going to be getting sent back, and this Tamron is going to be my main lens for this camera, as my only lens at the moment. So hopefully over time I'll build up the number of lenses I've got for this camera. We can put this on the tripod and see what it looks like in the kind of talking head format, and take a look at what this lens can do and what this camera can do. So let's do that just now. So guys, this is me shooting on the Sony a7C with the Tamron 20mm 2.8 lens, and we are shooting 4K 24p. We've got relatively similar settings to the Canon M50. We're shooting at 1/50th of a second, f2.8, and ISO of 800, and we are shooting a white balance of 5600 Kelvin, which is what this light is meant to be at. So this is just, again, standard picture profile. I'd probably usually use a flatter profile than this, but yeah, this is how it looks straight out of camera. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear what you think. And I'll be testing this out using a load of flatter profiles and seeing what I can do in terms of grading as well. So we'll see how that comes out when I have had a chance to play with it. And obviously there'll be loads more videos on this camera, because I've just got it and I'm super excited about actually using it in the real world, going outside and you know, taking some pictures, taking some videos. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button if you are interested in seeing more videos like this and more videos about the A7C, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss any of those videos as they come out. But as usual, it's been a pleasure, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.